Bo Derek is often remembered as the effortless dream girl of late 70s pop culture, but the real story behind that sun-drenched image is far more complicated than most fans ever realized. Long before she became the famous blonde who ran across the beach in slow motion, she was Mary Kathleen Collins, a quiet California teen whose life changed forever at 16 when she crossed paths with filmmaker John Derek. He was decades older, still married, and already known for reinventing the women in his life, but their connection became immediate, intense, and deeply controversial. What began as a secret, taboo relationship quickly spiraled into something that reshaped her identity, career, and relationships in ways she couldn't have anticipated. Because she was underage, John moved her overseas for more than a year, creating a physical and emotional distance that widened the rift between Bo and her family. By the time they returned to the United States and married in 1976, he had already begun molding her into a persona of his own creation, from her name to the way she appeared on camera. Under his guidance, she stepped into the spotlight with a carefully crafted image, a mixture of innocence, sensuality, and fantasy, that hit its peak with her breakout appearance in 10 in 1979. That brief moment on screen was enough to send her into instant international fame, turning her into an icon almost overnight. But while the world celebrated her as the new standard of beauty, John continued tightening his control, directing her in a string of stylized films meant to showcase her rather than tell meaningful stories. These projects, lavish, provocative, and widely criticized, cemented their reputation as a couple living inside their own artistic bubble. Box office numbers slipped, reviews grew harsher, and the public began to tire of the hyper-controlled fantasy that had once made her famous. Behind the scenes, the emotional cost was even greater. Her connection to her family had weakened to the point of silence, leaving her with few ties outside the orbit of the man who managed every part of her life, from finances to film roles to her public image. To the outside world, she looked like the ultimate Hollywood dream, but in reality, she was navigating a life defined by someone else's vision, cut off from the support system she once had. When the fame faded and the roles stopped delivering results, she found herself facing a difficult truth. The image that had made her a sensation had also boxed her into a corner. Despite the challenges, Bo remained loyal to John until his death in 1998, an event that marked a turning point in her life. Without his oversight, she finally had the space to rediscover her own identity. She returned to acting on her own terms, embraced causes close to her heart, and eventually found genuine companionship with actor John Corbett, a relationship built not on control, but mutual respect. Today, Bo Derek is recognized not just as the shimmering symbol of a bygone era, but as a woman who weathered fame, controversy, and isolation, and still emerged with her dignity, independence, and humanity intact.